As always, I want to talk about the products and tools that are needed before we actually get into the action. Still see some of the old favorites lined up, and some new stuff of God's green gobbler, and I've also got some granite and marble wipes, because I want to steal my counters. Wave 1. Tidying and organizing. When you're in the kitchen, you always start with the dishes, because without an unloaded dishwasher or an empty sink full of nothing, you can't functionally clean a kitchen. So job number 1 for me is just unloading. This is the point where I'm normally turn on a podcast, and just go nuts. Once the dishwasher is unloaded, I have to go around the kitchen, and I always started my starting point 12 o'clock right by the entrance of the door and IG clutter. So I'll take anything out that doesn't belong there, and at this point we're all start loading up the dishwasher, and here I'm pre-treating things of my spray bottle, that I know might be a little bit crusty in the dishwasher. This just speeds along the process, and also putting anything needed into the garbage or recycling as I go. The reason I like working in this 12 o'clock starting at the door and working my way around the room, it's that I don't miss anything. If you look at that little desk area, it's now totally decluttered, cleaned and tidied, just prepared for a wave number 2, which we'll get to shortly. Back to wave 1, you'll see I'm just working my way around the kitchen, picking up recycling garbage, bringing all dishes, anything that's needed for the sink, and I'm just getting my kitchen primes. The way I'll finish this wave off, is I will load up the dishwasher and hand wash, so you'll catch me doing that. We also picked up some of this outdoor bar and dinner, which is still packaged up. And on this particular day I had to watch those items as well. At this point I'm boiling up some hot water for my sink treatment. This is why it's important to plan out your cleanings, so you know if you want to do something. You can strategize. I like to wear gloves when doing dishes, because at the end of the day, it protects my hands and my nails. I've got a lot of what was to do. I pre-treated or I pre-soaked some of the items that I knew would be hand washing. The more time they have to just sit and soak, the easier the work is for me, which is why I like to take this kind of mindful strategic approach to cleaning. The more you can think ahead for less work I actually have to do, and on that note I actually think wave 1 requires the most amount of work in the kitchen. We have set up my hand washing pretty simple. I've got my soapy sponge here. I'm just using a Scotch-Brite scrub. This is the non-scratch one, because it gets my dish soap going, and then I have 1 clean waffle weave towels. I'm just leaving everything to hang out until I will manually dry. Wave number 2. Cleaning. During my cleaning stage, this is actually trapping mice things for its little makeover, so I feel like my sink pipes need a little bit of hot water, towards some product, and they're using green gobbler. You can use anything that you feel is appropriate. We know that time as I leave it for about 20 minutes, and then I just flush it with some more hot water at the end of that. Now I'll start my 12 o'clock appointment, right by the door, and again I worked my way around my kitchen clockwise, so they never miss a spot. I also picked up this package of cleaning wipes for granite and marble, something I haven't done before. This is where we keep our garbage, recycling and compost. Then I'm just going to continue along, working my way from left to right and top to bottom. You'll see him also removing items from the surface as I go, and do my eye level test to check for the surface, make sure that it's clean before I move on, and once that entire strip is finished, I just polished it off with one of those sealing wipes. And I was in services clean. I'm just cleaning each item that belongs back on that surface over the floor. I don't care if the floor gets dirty, and putting it back. Using a damp microfiber cloth, wipe down the chairs, and then I'll use another one for the table again, just throwing everything on the floor because I will deal with that during week 3. I'm not too detailed cleaning of my appliances, just a quick swipe down, just in case you were curious as to why didn't go inside the fridge. Wave number 3. Skin, floors and garbage. So, moving right along to wave number 3. This is where we deal with putting everything back together again. So you'll see I'm reorganizing my little desk area to back any of the items on the counter that belong there, and I kind of do my finishing works of the sink. I always do at the very end, just in case they need to use it at some point during the cleaning. That way we don't ever have to re-clean, and I just do one final clean at the very end. During this wave I also deal with garbage, so you see I'm just gonna anti my garbage by recycling and replacing the compost bag. The final thing to do during this wave, clean the floors. So I'm using a stick back here, for those of you who are going to inevitably ask in the comments, this is a Dyson V10 and yes, it is fabulous. Then I'm using my all-purpose cleaner and a flat head bob to give my floors. By the way, these are engineered hardwood, a quick mark down and that's it. You'll notice that I'm marking my way out of the room, not into a corner.